Welcome to Reunite with Self podcast. I'm your host, Ruken. Here, we will be discovering and unraveling what is truly holding you back. We will put the puzzle together and give you clarity on how and what you can do to create massive shifts in your life so you start creating the life you always envisioned for yourself. No more waiting. Whether it is liberating from dysfunctional family patterns or parenting tools and tips that actually make the difference, we will be diving into the truth and core of things that are simple and yet which no one talks about. I will be sharing with you all the things that would have changed my life massively if I heard any one of these episodes. A new world is awakening, and true bliss, harmony, and peace is possible on this earth, and my mission is to bring you closer to that one step at a time. In this safe space, I will hold your hand and give you courage and certainty that you can shift anything and everything in your life. It is time we break the pattern. Whether you want to be the parent you never had or make a shift in your life so you don't play small any longer, you will find the support and guidance in this space. My intention is for you to find your own answers within yourself while you listen to this podcast, so you feel the bliss of reuniting with your true essence, with self, with so much love and compassion and courage. From my heart to yours, let's keep it rocking. My gorgeous listener, welcome to another episode on Reunite with Self podcast. Thank you so much for being here. So this episode is my sincere advice to you and sincere reminder to you about this one thing. If you feel the slightest ick about seeing someone, whether it be your family member, relative, friends, whoever it may be, if you feel the slightest ick, like resistance in your body, in your thoughts about seeing that person, please follow what your body is telling you, what your thoughts are telling you, what your emotions are telling you. Don't see this person. Don't spend time with this person, even if it's just for coffee or tea or whatever, even if it's for like 30 minutes. Don't spend time with this person. It's my sincere reminder to you. So a little backstory. I'm in Turkey right now. I came for the second time since I have moved to Brazil. I am originally from Turkey, and about 2 years ago, now it's like it was 2 years ago in April. So it's a little over 2 years that I moved to Brazil, and it happened over like a month or so, or even less. Like I decided and packed my bags and traveled to Brazil, like flew to Brazil to move there in only 2 weeks on 2022. And 2023 was the first time that I was entering the new year in Brazil with my new life. I made this big decision after a very tumultuous time. I speak a lot about it on the podcast if you've been listening. And if you're just tuning in, welcome to the podcast. But basically, I changed my life completely over 2 years and 4 months now, I believe, or more, 5 months. And my life feels completely different. And today I wanted to remind you not to see these people that have given you the icks, that made you feel less than you are, that made you feel that like you need to play small or shrink yourself, or that you're not enough or you're not worthy, or not even that, but just when you spend time with them and when you leave that environment, you just feel icky, like something is missing in your life, like something is not right, like you just feel this restlessness after you leave that environment, when you spend time with people who has narcissistic tendencies, who just has this energy of a narcissist or whatever it is. Like you don't need to call it a narcissistic energy, but it's just this dark energy that you don't need to give your energy to. Because like these people that have this toxicity in them, the ones that have the narcissistic tendency, and like, of course, they're not aware of it. When you spend time with them, it's like they have this, I don't want to say they're the snake, but it's like they have this poison. They have this, let's say, little poison in them and they just give that to you, and that poison becomes really big in you for no reason, because it's their own poison. It's just metaphorically, if like energetically, when you think about it, this is actually what they're doing. Even if it's they're planting a seed in you, even if it's like really undertones, even if it's like you think to yourself, well, they didn't really say anything mean to me, or they didn't even like interrogate me or said anything directly to me that would make me feel this icky. Well, my friend, it has a history. Like your relationship with this person and that circle has a history. So it's not the first time that they're talking about that subject, whatever. It has so many connotations to you. It has this subtitle. It has so much more meaning than what you see with your eye that day, because of all the poison that they've given you over the years. And it might be this person from that circle, or it might be just like this person that you just know. So this is the second time that I come back to Turkey for vacations, like health vacations. Like it's not even health vacations at this point, but let's say it's health vacation and health work. Yeah, I'm not working as much as I normally do. So it's great to see friends and family, but I'm not like here. Like if it was old me, oh my God, if it was old me, I don't even want to think about it. But if I really genuinely don't even want to think about like what I would have done. It's not because I have any judgment towards myself. I send so much compassion to my old self, to the way I was, to those days. Like every moment I send compassion and love to myself, because I felt so alone in the crowd. It was as if like, the funny thing is my friends would come over and they would be like, oh my God, you have a wonderful family. Because my family is like my house, my parents' house. We would have these long tables of like 20 plus something relatives. When I say relative, they don't have to be related by blood. It can be like family friends that become like, cousins, whatever, family. And I didn't think that I would talk about this, but it would be like long tables of seemingly very happy family. But I would feel completely alone, so lost, so unseen. And so that's why I would feel very unworthy without realizing in these big tables. And because of like other stuff as well, because of the narcissism from the family that I come from, how you treat other people outside the house and how you treat the people inside the house is very different. So yeah, it was terrible, because I thought that like trying to swim towards that direction will get me the love that I yearned for. So I would actually make plans with all the relatives, like I would be the good girl, I would be the good woman. I would spend time with everyone. I would make plans with everyone. I would know exactly I can't really know what people think, but I know that I would make people feel amazing. And that's why they would try to make plans with me so much. Like again, as well, today as well, but I'm totally different today. But like I would be spending my time very differently. And so these 2 times that I came back to Turkey, of course, I was this different woman. I was becoming more of myself, and I'm still learning. I'm human. I'm learning so much, and I'm so humble, and I'm so grateful to be learning every single day. And I want to learn more, and I want to become more of myself every single day. But I'm so grateful that the first time I came and the second time that I came now, it's very different. Like 2 times there is even progress in between these 2 times. But so I wanted to tell you this. The first time that I came, it was last year, end of July, beginning of August of last year, and 2023. So I had basically, so I was flying from Brazil to Turkey, and on my longer flights, I basically had diarrhea and I had to stay over where I was transferring for one more night. It was terrible. I'm glad I didn't have the diarrhea during the whole flight. It was just towards the very end. But it was so interesting that the flight attendant, and a flight attendant wouldn't even think about this stuff. So it wasn't even a coincidence. I was like, I am so scared. I just started having diarrhea on the plane, but we're about to land, luckily. So I was feeling a little whatever. I was feeling a little, let's say, worried. And so I tell her, and it's dark, everybody's sleeping. And she's like, well, honey, do you think that are you going somewhere where you would be anxious to see some people? And that was exactly what was happening in my head. The whole flight, I was thinking about, I don't want to spend time with this person. This person is going to call me and want to spend time with me. I don't want to see that person. I definitely don't want to sit at a dinner table with this person. I don't want to go through that hell. I was trying to think of excuses of what can I say? What can I do not to see these people? Because my body was telling me I don't want them. I just don't want them. There is no need. It's not necessary. You've taken all the checks in your life. You don't have to do anything else to be a good woman, whatever. You're lovable. You are enough. You don't have to do anything else, because it's these relationships, there's so one way. I'm not getting anything from it. I'm not laughing. I'm not feeling like we're bonding. I'm not feeling connected. I'm not feeling seen. I'm not feeling even chit-chatting. It doesn't have to be a deep conversation even, but you just need to feel safe and seen around these people. And I have a lot of relatives. So it's in my journey as well. I'm learning a lot, and it's been a big transition since I moved to Brazil, and since I made all these changes in my life, and seeing the shift and the change in my life and how I feel and everything, that they were the biggest confirmations to me. And then you're still amazing. You're still an amazing person. That doesn't change. If you're truly compassionate, empathetic, loving, kind, you will always be kind. So it is my sincere reminder to you. If you are a loving person, and if you don't spend time with that relative or that family member, you still will be an amazing person. The narcissist knows. The narcissist deep down knows who is kind, who is loving, who is compassionate, who is someone that would never hurt them the way they hurt you. They know this so well. They know that you are trustworthy. They know that you don't mean anything mean to them. They know that you wouldn't act the way they do that makes you feel so unworthy or not enough or not safe or not seen or whatever, not heard. You know the things that will make them feel safe and seen and heard. And you truly mean them. But after a while, if that relationship is not reciprocal, then it's not a relationship. It's just one-way street. So no matter what they do, if they're not providing you that safety and that connection and that bonding, or just presence, just pure, safe presence. It doesn't have to be deep conversations. Like I mentioned, it can be just chit-chatting. It can be just telling jokes, just laughing, just having fun, just dancing together or singing together or just looking at the view together. It doesn't have to be something, it doesn't have to be a profound thing to be profound. A relationship is where like we always say this with one of my best friends, it's like with your best friends, with your friends, you just want to be present. Like we just want to be at the same house with them. You just want to be at the same place with them. It does, like, you don't have to be talking the whole time. You don't have to be in conversation the whole time. You don't have to be engaging that way with like verbally all the time, or you don't have to be doing something together all the time. Just being in the same house, in the same room, in the same space by itself is purely nutritional, like purely healing. It makes you feel so safe. It calms your nervous system so much. And that's life. And that's why communities are so important and so precious. So it is my sincere reminder to you, you don't have to spend time with anyone who has been narcissistic towards you, or who had been just, like I mentioned, like the one-way street where you don't feel anything good after you spend time with them. You just kind of feel icky, like, you need to, be on social media or something after you spend time with them, because you just feel confused. Like there is something missing. But on the other side, when you spend time with people that are whole, that are like, you can truly feel safe with them without even like any deep conversation, without knowing them deeply. Maybe you know them for a long time, doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be that you engaged in a very important, special conversation. No, it's just you spend time with these people, and then when you say bye, you just feel great. You just feel, lighter. You just feel like yourself. You feel inspired. You feel the energy the next day to do whatever you want to do and accomplish and all the things. So the price is too high if you spend time with people that are in any way narcissistic towards you, or just in their own world and just being toxic. It's not worth it. And our body recognizes this so much. So I was telling you about the flight example because, and I believe this too, like when I think we are in I heard this a couple of times before, the body starts reacting when you are in a calmer space, like you're in such distress around these narcissistic people. So you feel you are in this fight, flight, freeze, fawn mode. And then when you are in a space where your nervous system is calmer, like you feel more centered and more regulated, and then you might start seeing some of the physical things coming up to the surface because you were holding on to your body and to your stress so much. It only comes like when you are calmer. And so I've had this experience. So I was coming back and I had this thing, and it happened again this time when I was coming back. And I know it's not like the flight food. It may be the physical reason why, but I've never had this experience before. And so the body knows. The body knows. Like the body reacts to things. And I think like it's great to be conscious of this as well, like what's like something's happening when, and to see the emotional connection of that as well. It's my sweet, sincere reminder to you and confirmation to you. Yes, like if you're feeling that ickiness, that resistance to seeing someone, maybe you're traveling back home soon, or you're going somewhere where some people and they will want to see you, or they want to spend time with you, and you just feel some kind of resistance, like you're thinking over about it. You're like negotiating in your head, or you're trying to make yourself believe that it's going to be fine. Well, it may be like you do what you need to do. Like it's not like you don't have to be like strict with yourself, but it's just my reminder to you that if you have the chance not to see these people, make an excuse and don't see them. And you don't have to be, you can be the gray rock. You don't have to take their attention, and just still be kind and find your excuse and move on with your day and stay in your course and be focused on your path. And just like being on your path can also be It can also be just spending time with amazing friends. That is being on your path. So this is your confirmation to you of why you were feeling and thinking of these things when you were supposed to see these people. It's your confirmation to not to see them and not to spend time with them if there is any ickiness in you. It's telling you something. Listen to it. I love you so much. I will see you next week. And if you have any topics that you want me to talk about, please DM me at Kevela. It's my Instagram. It's in the show notes, KHEWELLA, Kevela. You can DM me there with any question that you have. It can be your specific question about your family, relatives, whatever it is, like any narcissism. Please ask away. I would love to do an episode based on your question, and we'll find a nickname for you. I would be so honored. I love you so much. I'll see you next week. I will see you shine your brightest. I love you. My gorgeous listener, if you had any takeaways from this episode or from this podcast in general, I would love to know. Please share this episode with a few loved ones right now. You never know how they can benefit from something so small. And please take a screenshot of this episode and share on IG, tagging me at Kevela. That is KHEWELLA. Kevela. That is my goddess wear brand, my Instagram page. I would love to know what your takeaway was, or something you found inspirational, or a confirmation you believe in as well. That would make my day. And you can always DM me if you have a topic or a certain question in mind that you want me to talk about. And give me a 5-star rating if you feel like it. That would help this podcast immensely to get the word out. I love you. See you on the next one. I want to see you shine your brightest.